We are Norfolk. We are Minnesota.
Tonight from Target Field, the second game of a split doubleheader between the White Sox and Twins. The Twins, unfortunately, have been in free fall for quite some time. They're actually tied for last place now with the Kansas City Royals, a whopping 20.5 games behind the first place Detroit Tigers, while the White Sox flickering playoff hopes are still alive. And good evening to you from Target Field. Dick Bramer along with Burt Blyleven. These split doubleheaders have not been kind to the Twins here at Target Field. They played 5 games in these things this year. At home, they've lost all 5, including another tough loss this afternoon.
Well, then they're due to win, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Well, game 1 did not go the Twins' way. Anthony Swarzak pitched outstanding, but in the third inning with the White Sox up 1-0, Ramirez with a double down the line. That scored one Pierre. Now let's look at the positives. How about Rene Rivera throwing out 2 of 3 runners, showing off his good arm. And Brian Dinkelman just getting called up from AAA. He got 3 hits in the ballgame. He came in 4 for 14, and now with 3 hits. So what is that? That's 7 hits at the major league level.
That's right. Pretty good. Well, the Twins early in the season had the White Sox number. Now Chicago's turned things around. One of the rare wins the Twins have had against Chicago came with Scott Diamond on the mound, and he's making the start here tonight.
Yeah, Scott Diamond, this will be his 4th start. It's back-to-back starts for Scott Diamond against the Chicago White Sox. He pitched very well. Actually, he's pitched, I think, very well in all 3 of his starts, pitching 6 or more innings in every start. He's a guy that's not going to blow you away with a good fastball. He's got to hit his spots and have good defense behind him, and hopefully he'll get that in game 2.
And hopefully he'll get some run support that Anthony Swarzak did not get in a well-pitched ball game here this afternoon. Twins and White Sox. Ron Gardenhire hopes to be smiling at the end of the game here tonight. Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Window Concepts of Minnesota.
Time for the nightcap. Twins and White Sox playing a doubleheader in Minnesota for the first time since the Twins played back at Met Stadium in 1980. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Thanks for joining us. Game earlier today, 2-1 score. Start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that left a couple hours for Twins players to kill. And in between the ball games, I walked through the clubhouse and asked, how do you kill those couple hours between games 1 and 2?
It's, a long wait in between. These doubleheaders are long days, and you'll try to relax a little bit. I remember we had a long flight last night and got in, reasonable time. But now you got to sit around and think about it, and you just have to prepare yourself. Guys get loose in the cages, and we'll prepare ourselves and play another ball game.
2 9-inning games not easy, playing 18-inning games. So, main thing is trying to get your rest and trying to get stretched out.
Just hang out with the boys, play some cards, and actually trying to download some new music right now, new ATP. So, just kind of hang out, have some fun, kind of forget about the first game, move on to the second game.
So the boys play their card games, had their dinners, and now they're relaxed and ready to go. It's the nightcap. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyland, with Scott Diamond on the mound. They have the call next on Fox Sports North.
Twins hoping to win their first split doubleheader game of the year. Earlier they lost a couple to Tampa Bay. Then they lost a pair of games to the Cleveland Indians. And they lost this afternoon to Chicago 2-1. And Ozzie Guillen has his team barely alive in the American League Central standings. Here's his Menards batting order. Juan Pierre, followed by Brent Lillibridge, who's hit 6 home runs in the last completed month. Paul Konerko, Diane Viciedo, Alexi Ramirez, Alex Rios, Tyler Flowers, Brent Morrell, and Gordon Beckham.
Well, it'll be Scott Diamond on the mound, making just his 4th major league start, his 2nd straight start against the Chicago White Sox. In all 3 of his starts, he's been consistent. 6 or more innings in each start, and he's looking for his second straight win, and he won his last major league start against the Chicago White Sox. That's a game that Jake Peavy started, and the Twins put 6 on the board in the top of the first inning in Chicago. Now it's up to him to put a 0 up on the board.
Facing Juan Pierre, who got 3 hits in this afternoon's game. First pitch over for a strike. Pierre, Lillibridge, and Konerko against Diamond in the first. To left field, and retreating is Rene Tassoni for the first down. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Different look as you might expect for the second game, with Tassoni in left field, Revere in center, Repko in right, Valencia, Plouffe, Dinkelman, Hughes around the infield, and Drew Butera does the catch-up. Here's Brent Lillibridge.
Dick, when I played, you were usually back-to-back double headers. You might have an half hour in between, and these guys have about 3-4 hours to kind of just relax a little bit. And like Robbie Makowski interviewed Gardy and Ben Revere and also Luke Hughes about what they did. You play the game of baseball. You're out here, even though it's a long day, you're still playing a kid's game right here.
Down and in a ball, 1-1. And even though both teams have had frustrating seasons trying to play good baseball through the end of September and the regular season, and of course when you win you have a little more fun. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
All these guys, both teams, they have something to prove day in and day out. There's good people. There were 40,000 people for game 1, and they'll probably have that close here. You want to entertain the fans, and you want to give them 100%.
1 and 2 to Brent Lillibridge. Bouncer to short. Plouffe charges, sidearms it on the run, and Plouffe digs it out, or excuse me, Hughes digs it out at first. Lillibridge, of course, runs pretty well. And Plouffe got him for out number 2.
Yeah, on the run right here. A little dig right there. And Luke Hughes kind of motioning over to Trevor Plouffe. Don't worry about it. I've got you covered. Right here, Plouffe coming in and on the run, flipping it over. And the one little hop right there. Hughes keeping his foot on the bag while picking it.
2 down, and here's Paul Konerko, designated hitter. And Diamond misses down and away, ball 1. A lot has gone wrong for the White Sox this year, but Konerko has not been a part of the problem. Just a fantastic year statistically, perhaps his best year, and it's just not going to be enough to get the White Sox into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think best year you're saying because he didn't have a lot of guys around him to protect him. Carlos Quentin probably the best guy that kind of protected him. Alex Rios has really struggled. Dunn has really struggled. But this guy just continues to hit.
2-1 to Konerko. 3-1 with Viciedo on deck.
Well, you can see 3 of the 4 pitches by Diamond have to be on the corner. He's not a guy that can throw right down the middle of the plate. He changes speeds well. We'll mix in that breaking ball. Very good changeup.
And a walk puts Konerko aboard.
It also between games, you have a couple 2-3 hours. You say, boy, what do we do? How can we have some fun? And there's third base coach Jeff Cox, and when he took the lineup card up to the umpires, I don't think he knew what was on top of his helmet.
Everybody likes to have fun with Jeff Cox. He's one of the best personalities in the game. There's a strike in the inside corner to Dayan Viciedo. Konerko no threat to steal. Almost surprised that Hughes is holding him on. Drilled to left, a base hit. Konerko goes to second base. So a walk with 2 outs, a single with 2 outs, and that'll get Ramirez to the plate. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Ramirez in the first game hit second, went 1 for 4, drove in a run. He hit a double into the left field corner that made it a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, that was a deciding run as the Twins finally scored, but in the bottom of the 9th inning, just the 1 run.
Way out in front of the changeup.
Ramirez, 29 years old, in his 4th season with the White Sox.
Fastball missing inside. It was after the game I made some observation, right or wrong. You certainly trump my opinion, but you look at Diamond and he hits the corner there, 1 and 2, and he reminded me a little bit of Ted Lilly.
Yeah, he does a little bit. Lilly was a little bit slower in his windup, but the same type of almost stuff, you know.
Right.
Doesn't have that big curveball that Lilly has, but hey, he's throwing strikes so far. He did walk Konerko, but only 7 walks, 1 intentional in 20 innings pitched.
2 and 2.
Diamond just 25 years old, a Rule 5 pickup by the Twins over the winter from the Atlanta Brave organization.
Two and 2. The White Sox shortstop. Got him. So the 2-out walk and following single do no harm. White Sox leave 2 aboard in the top of the 1st. Gardenhire with 100 career wins against the White Sox. Here's his Menards lineup as he looks for win number 101. Ben Revere, Trevor Plouffe, Joe Mauer, Danny Valencia, Renee Tassoni, Luke Hughes, Brian Dinkelman, Jason Repko, and Drew Butera. Revere taking ball 1, down and away.
And it's Zach Stewart on the mound for the Chicago White Sox, making his 2nd straight start against the Twins. His 3rd overall. Scouting report on Zach Stewart, his 8th start of the year, his 3rd against the Twins. His only win came against the Twins, but that back on August 6th. He beat Carl Pavano and the Twins here at Target Field, but he struggled over his last 2 starts, 0-1 with an ERA at 10.97 over his last 2 starts, 13 runs allowed in 10 2/3 innings.
Bouncer to short. Ramirez charges and fires to Lillibridge 1 away. 1-4 defense for the White Sox. Juan Pierre in left. Alex Rios is out there in center for game 2. And Diane Viciedo in right. Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, Lillibridge, the infielders, and Tyler Flowers does the catcher. 1 down. That brings up Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe didn't have much to show for it. 0 for 3. Hit the ball hard a few times this afternoon. And he takes a strike in the outside corner. Strike two.
Oh, what the Twins saw from Zach Stewart in his last start is they hit him pretty good. 4 2/3 innings, gave us 6 earned runs. He got a no decision. White Sox came back and won that ball game. And there's strike 3 on Trevor Plouffe.
He took 3 of them and is a strikeout victim for the second out. That'll bring up Bauer.
Well, fastball, outer half of the plate. Plouffe stands there and watches it.
When Stewart faced the Twins, Jason Kubel hit a 3-run home run. He's not in the lineup today. Joe Bauer hit a 2-run double, and he is in the lineup as the designated hitter hitting third. Lifted to left, and Pierre calls for it. And Stewart has a 1-2-3 first inning.
Scoreless here in Game 2 of this day-night doubleheader at Target Field. I'm Robbie Mikowski. The Twins, continuing with their youth movement, made 2 more recalls today, but they came from Double-A New Britain, and they are Joe Benson and Chris Parmelee. Parmelee's an infielder, first-round pick back in 2006, and when you look at Joe Benson, Dick and Bert, was the Twins' minor league player of the year last year. So the Twins, with some unrestricted free agents and Jason Kubel and Michael Kadire, are going to have to take a look at the future. So here in the final month, obviously giving plenty of guys a lot of looks, and we'll see a few new faces come up from Double-A and make their debuts possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie.
Rios with a drive to right field, drops it in front of right fielder Jason Repko for a leadoff single.
You know, both those guys, Benson and Parmelee, have some pop in their bat. Benson, had a real good year last year, like Robbie said, minor league player of the year. Michael Kadire just saw Jason Kubel getting game 2 off.
In Benson's case, I asked Twins director of the minor leagues, Jim Rance, about him a couple weeks ago, and he said he's legitimately, they think, a 5-tool player. He does everything well. He hits for power, runs, throws, fields. He does it all. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can show those skills off up here in the final weeks of the season. Tyler Flowers, the catcher, taking ball 1 from Scott Diamond. Diamond's given up a walk and a couple of singles.
Beautiful evening here at Target Field, downtown Minneapolis.
I think weather-wise, this is my favorite time of the year, late summer, early fall. The dirt again, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Flowers did a lot of the catching when A.J. Pierzynski was on the disabled list. Did a very good job. Comes in hitting at .250, 3 home runs, 10 runs driven in, called up on July 10th.
(2-0) to Flowers. Swing and a miss. And that's about the top end for Diamond in terms of his fastball, 89, maybe 90. That's about it.
Well, he uses a lot of changeups. He struck out Ramirez to end the first inning on a very good changeup. So if you get the changeup over, that makes that 89-mile-an-hour fastball look 93, 94. Now they're working inside.
It's hit to center. Revere's got a long run and makes a basket catch on the edge of the track. So Revere with the speed to get there to make the catch for the first out.
Well, we talked about Diamond. He's a guy that, you leave a ball out over the plate, you're going to allow that hitter to get good wood on it. You see, Butera wanted it in, left out over the plate, and this is where your defense comes into play when you're not a strikeout type pitcher. You need guys to cover a lot of ground, and Ben Revere goes a long way to catch that ball. It opens up that glove, and it falls right in.
So one down. Rio still at first, and here's Brent Morrell. Diamond with an errant pickoff toss, but it looked like Rios was leaning towards second base.
Rios 10 stolen bases in 16 attempts. Only a couple stolen bases against Diamond so far at the major league level, both successful.
Nice block by Butera on ball one, and Diamond's been throwing a lot of pitches in the dirt here in the first couple innings.
Well, that's where you want to miss. If you want to, especially a guy like Diamond, that changeup, you want to miss down in the strike zone. You got to believe that your catcher will block it. And Drew Butera and Rene Rivera and also Joe Mauer do a very good job of, when they know a changeup's coming, get ready for that ball that will land right on top of home plate or just the other side of it.
Driven hard to left field. And a sharp single from Morrell. Third Chicago hit. They've all been singles. And that gets the number 9 batter, Gordon Beckham, to the plate. Fox Sports North supports cancer awareness. Join Marnie Gellner, Blake Kubel, Lisa Dunsing for the Light the Night Walk at Target Field Sunday, September 25th, benefiting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Join the Fox Sports North team and raise $25 for a chance to win an autographed baseball from Jason Kubel or Brian Dunsing. Visit foxsportsnorth.com, click on supports under the More tab. Sign up for the team, donate, and other details. Another pitch in the dirt, ball one. Beckham in the first game went 0 for 2, struck out once. Lifted to right field. Running to the corner is Repko. Makes the catch. Rios tags and goes to third. 2 away. And that'll get us to 1, Pierre.
One more thing about Benson and Parmalee that are coming up tomorrow. Also, Matt Tolbert is coming back.
Yes.
Mike Herman came in and a move that is going to be announced here shortly. Tolbert will rejoin the club.
Happy for all those players, but happier more for Ron Gardenhire. He'll actually have some moves to make. Manage a game. Here's Pierre with a fly to left, his first time up. And Diamond hits the corner, strike one. And inside 1-1. If the White Sox are in fact playing out the string, it'll be interesting to see whether this is Pierre's last month with the Chicago White Sox. There's a bunt up the line. It's going to hit the grass and roll foul. So Pierre tried to bunt his way aboard and drive in the first run, and it nearly worked.
Good job by Drew Butera right there, because he was watching that ball roll up the line, and once it hit the lip of the grass in the dirt, you could see the spin that it was going to roll foul because it still had some speed on it. So Pierre trying to pick up an RBI by a bunt. And look at Butera following that ball. And you can see, let it go, let it go. It's going to roll foul, and it does.
Good job by Butera. Maybe a better job by Larry DeVito. Leaving the grass height such that it would push the ball foul. 1-2. Larry DeVito, the head groundskeeper here at Target Field. There's Larry in the foreground. 1-2 to Pierre. And inside 2-2.
A couple times he's tried to come in. You got to show him, because Pierre likes to extend his arms and just flip that ball out to left field. Ben Revere shading him a little bit to left center.
Now 3-2 with Lillibridge on deck. Luke Hughes will be playing behind the runner at first, Morrell. Full count to Juan Pierre. Up the middle, off the mound, into center field. Pierre drives in the first run with a sharp single to center.
Well, he missed with the pitches inside, got the 3-2, but then he came in with a fastball pretty much right down the middle of Pierre, and Pierre hit it right back up the middle. He picks up his 42nd RBI, and the White Sox take a 1-0 lead.
So 1-0 Chicago. As they did this afternoon, the first run of the game goes to Chicago in the second inning. And now Diamond trying to keep them at one, going after Lillibridge. Check swing, but a strike.
Lillibridge hit a 2-run home run off of Diamond in his last start in Chicago.
Poke to right. Repko back near the track. Makes the catch to end the inning. 3 singles and the first run of the game going to the White Sox in the second. By Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. Well, it could be anywhere in Minnesota. It happens to be a quiet evening setting on Moose Lake near Ely, Minnesota. Moose Lake, 20 miles northeast of Ely. Deep access into the Boundary Waters canoe area. If you know where Ely is, Tower, Sudan, or looks like about 45 minutes east of Sherman Corner. Up and in, ball 1 to Danny Valencia.
Well, quick first inning for Zach Stewart. Threw only 8 pitches, 7 of them strikes.
And now a strike to Valencia, 1-1. With Kubel and Kanayer out, Valencia takes over the cleanup spot. Flips a pop-up to short right field. Viciedo makes the catch. Valencia retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Rene Tassoni.
Now, Zach Stewart, only 24 years old, signed by the Cincinnati Reds in 2008 out of Texas Tech University.
And Tassone takes outside, ball one. Tassone with some impact in the season series against the White Sox, 2-0. And got a swing and a miss. 2-1. Three and one with Luke Hughes on deck. Foul off his front leg. Tassone getting a chance to play in left field. Jason Kubel was there this afternoon. Kubel hitless in 4 at-bats. Didn't get much done. 7 hits, all singles. They got 1 run in the 9th inning, but they needed 2. Full count to Rene Tassone. Strikeout for out number 2.
And a second strikeout.
Doing more on defense. Brought to you by the Home Depot. A look back at game 1 this afternoon.
Well, A.J. Przinsky double in his first at-bat, but then a couple of bats later, he got robbed right there by Luke Hughes, and then Michael Kadire robbing him maybe of an extra base hit. And Cap says thank you very much.
In the 9th inning, the Twins did get 1 run. It came in on a line drive off the bat of Luke Hughes. Juan Pierre made kind of a stumbling, falling catch in left field on a ball that was absolutely plastered to left field. Now a bouncer wide of the line. 1-1. Lifted to right field, hit right at Rios. And a pair of 1-2-3 innings for Zach Stewart.
Header, and it's a beautiful night at Target Field. Twins losers in the first game, and they got to believe that they're going to live by the adage that you never want to lose the second game of a doubleheader. Scott Diamond looked pretty comfortable out of his windup, but A little bit shaky, maybe a little bit out of rhythm in his stretch position. What do you think he's going to have to do to maybe find a little bit more rhythm in that stretch position?
Well, stay in the windup. Stay out of the stretch. It's plain and simple, Tim. Come on.
That's the easy answer.
You know what? There's
right?
sometimes, when I used to warm up in a bullpen, I used to 15 minutes. Probably 12 of those were in the windup and then a little bit of the stretch, because you're thinking negative if you throw a lot in the stretch position, like you're going to be there the whole game. And there's sometimes you go out there, it just seems like that first guy always gets on, and there you are back in that stretch position. It's something that you have to get accustomed to. Diamond, I'm sure, is more comfortable, like you said, Timmy, out of the windup. But to stretch, holding runners on, you got a couple more things to think about. And sometimes you do feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I thought he got a little bit hung up in trying to give his catcher an opportunity to throw a base runner route with his slide step and his normal delivery from his stretch position. I thought he was kind of battling that just a little bit.
Nice pickup. Dinkelman plants, throws, and Hughes digs out another low throw. Well, Konerko doesn't run well, but credit the second baseman Dinkelman for being aware of that. He allowed himself some time to get some stability under his throw.
Yeah, he had a chance to plant his right side of his body. Take a look right here. Nice backhanded play. And then, okay, stop and then make a good throw. And there's Luke Hughes again picking one up for his infielders. Nice little pick by Hughes for the first out.
It just seems like every other pitch Diamond is throwing is in the dirt and taken out of play.
Well, I would rather have my pitcher miss low than up in the zone where that ball looks like a beach ball at times, especially when you're not an overpowering pitcher. Good pitch right there. You can see on the Fox track where it was, knee-high outer half of the plate. Visaedo got a pitch up and got a base hit in his first at-bat.
Fastball sailing inside. 2-1.
See that ball right there, Visaedo said, "Ooh, I'd like to get that one back." And Mike Diamond says, "Thank you very much for fouling it back." Excuse me, Scott Diamond.
2-2.
Fastball in. Butera wants it in. Get it in there.
Bounce to short.
Good pitch.
Plouffe has it. Perfect throw over to Hughes. 2 down. Twins and White Sox again tomorrow night. 7 o'clock is first pitch, or roughly. And it's a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank home run porch. Get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Good tickets available for tonight's game and tomorrow's game, too. Or tomorrow's game and Wednesday's game, I should say. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Back to Diamond. 10 pitch, 1-2-3 third inning with 3 ground ball outs. Winkleman got 3 hits in the game, and he'll lead off the third for the Twins.
I think we all know the Twins have struggled here at home as of late. The Twins have only won 3 of their last 19 ball games here. So see if the Twins can put a crooked number on the board.
Something that shouldn't happen in your home ballpark. They're having a hard time scoring runs here, and haven't been able to do a very good job of that. Here's a bouncer left side. Nice pickup by Morel. Now, there have been injuries, have been a part of it, but my theory is we need to plant the trees back in center field.
Well, you know what? Last year, the Twins had the best American League record at home. Only Atlanta Braves in the National League had a better home record. But not so far this year.
1 down on the third. Twins don't even have a base runner yet against Zach Stewart. Here's Jason Repko.
The Twins are 29-40 here at home.
Now, thankfully, it didn't happen last year. Twins got to the postseason. And you imagine what the talk would be if this year's record happened last year. Well, the Twins were an indoor baseball team. They can't make the transition to outdoor baseball, so on and so forth. Well, we know that's not the case, but you don't like to lose this many games at home. But if it had happened last year, these guys would have been labeled as, a team that could only play inside. 1 and 2 to Repko.
I think fans are smarter than that. I think they know that. This year it's just been a frustrating year with all the injuries.
Two and 2.
Twins last year 53-28 here at Target Field. Flowers wanting the ball away. I think good pitch.
Foul tip, strike 3. 2 down. Here's Drew Butera.
Stewart 8 up, 8 down, picking up his 3rd strikeout.
Take the Twins with you wherever you go this season. In what's left of the season, subscribe to MLB.tv and see every Twins game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit TwinsBaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. 2 gone, and here's Butera. Strike on the inside corner. We saw it from both starting pitchers this afternoon, Anthony Swarzak and Philip Umber, and now we're seeing it from Stewart. Good things happen when you hit the edges of the strike zone and not throw it down the middle. In and out and out and then in and then in again.
It's called pitching.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Good hard breaking ball there by Stewart. Doesn't look like a guy that's given up 13 earned runs over his last 11 innings coming into this outing.
Still 1 and 2. And now 2 and 2. Joe Mauer might catch tomorrow's game. We were told yesterday he would not catch either of the games tonight. Off the handle of the bat. Still 2 and 2.
It's been a struggle for Drew to get that average, to respectability. Comes into this at bat hitting 166, but you don't get a lot of offense out of Drew Butera. There's a strikeout right there, but you get a very good defensive catcher.
Perfect first trip through the order for Zach Stewart. Or text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234234. Well, nobody's done anything offensively, but for some reason Valencia hitting cleanups got 29% of the vote.
It's coming. They know why.
Yeah, okay. Well, Alex Rios will lead off the fourth against Scott Diamond. Rios, Flowers, and Morel. Rios singled and scored in the second inning. His single leading off the inning. A couple of singles followed, and that's how the White Sox got their run. Strike one. And now a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. We're talking about it with in the Pierre at bat, how Pierre might be in his last year with the White Sox, not because he hasn't been an important player for them, but the White Sox have so much committed to Rios for so many years that he's necessarily going to eat up a roster spot and an outfield spot. He singles sharply to left, leading off the fourth inning with a base hit.
Yeah, Rios gets his second hit. The fifth hit for the White Sox.
You can ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Tim Baker from Winona with a question for you. What was the most memorable for you? What was the most memorable part about your first major league win?
I won 2-1. Diamond picking up his first major league win and his third major league start. You know, I look back at that because I gave up a home run to the first hitter I faced, Lee May. The Twins actually scored me a run on top of the first inning, and then that home run tied it, and then we scored another one later in the game. And then Ron Peronowski pitched the final 2 innings for me, and I grew up a Dodger fan, you know, listening to Vin Scully describe Peronowski's, a lot of his saves in a Dodger uniform, so that was kind of cool. So, no, just winning the ball game 2-1 and helping us stay in that pennant race in 1970.
Game time temperature
in Washington? I have no idea.
I didn't know how much detail you had about your lifted foul and out of play time of game.
No.
I have no idea.
No, I remember what Lee May did, and we won.
How'd you do at the plate? This is pre-DH.
I believe I had a sacrifice and an offer. Got my first major league hit against Mel Stottlemyre.
Okay.
In New York, my second start. I remember that.
1-2 to Flowers. Swing and a miss, and that changeup seems to be Diamond's strikeout pitch.
His second of the ball game, but again, good location. You know, we're talking about keeping the ball down. He's straight over the top, and Flowers swinging through it.
So 1 down. Here's Brent Morel, line to single to left, his first time up. Ball 1. As he was in the second inning, Rios here in the fourth is a threat to steal. There's another line drive base hit to left. So Morel has a pair of hits. So does Rios. And the White Sox following here in the fourth, the same script they had in the second. Gordon Beckham will hit. He hit a fly ball to right field deep enough to advance Rios from second to third.
Now Diamond's been able to get a couple double plays turned behind him, this being his fourth major league start.
Strike 1. White Sox with 6 singles and a walk in 17 plate appearances. And Diamond shaves the inside corner.
Rios at second, Morel at first. Little pop-up infield fly rule should be called. Beckham's retired. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Juan Pierre. Pierre drove in the Chicago run with a 2-out single in the second.
Yeah, I got the count to 3-2. Got a fastball right down the middle of the plate and lined it right back up the middle.
Ball 1.
.60 pitches. Need a better strike to ball ratio.
Up and in, 2-0. That 89-mile-per-hour fastball gets a swing and a miss. But Pierre was a little late on that swing.
Pierre, every time I see him in that batter's box, reminds me of Mickey Rivers.
Yeah. Foul back 2-2.
Nice grab by the fan. Who needs a glove?
So Diamond in the same situation he was in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out. In this case, Rios is at second, not third, trying to retire Pierre and get his team off the field. Check swing foul. Talking with pitching coach Rick Anderson. Pavano will go in the series finale on Wednesday night. 2-2 to Juan Pierre. And that took the helmet off of Jeff Cox. Two and two to Juan Pierre again from Scott Diamond. Lifted to left. Tassoni's got a long run, but he gets there. Couple of hits, couple of men left on base. It's still 1-0.
Is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. The White Sox with 6 hits and a walk. They've only scored 1 run. Twins haven't had a base runner yet. And Ben Revere will lead off the 4th. Zach Stewart's been perfect through 3 innings.
4 strikeouts, only 34 pitches in the first 3 innings for Zach Stewart.
First pitch strike to Revere.
He is throwing strikes. 35 pitches now. 24 have been strikes.
It'll be a tough play. Maybe not. Stewart comes it over to Little Bridge, 1 away.
Well, our Circle Me Burt contestants today, we have Allison and also Ashley from Huron, South Dakota. Welcome up to the booth. You're with your pops back here. So welcome. And I didn't get your name. Charles, you're the designated driver, I heard. Yes, very good. But welcome up to the booth. Congratulations.
From Huron and Gettysburg, South Dakota, which is right in the middle of the great state of South Dakota. Here's Trevor Plouffe, ball 1. Plouffe called out on strikes. In fact, Stewart threw 3 pitches to him, and Plouffe took all 3.
Now, if we don't score, the Twins don't score, you know you have to leave right away.
Nice stop at third by Morrell, and he throws him out. Brent Morrell with a quick stab to his left. And he threw out Plouffe for out number 2.
Yeah, second time Morrell has had to go to his left to make a nice play. Made one off of Dinkelman's bat. We've seen Morrell. He's not only pretty good that way, but also throwing that ball across the diamond. Got a pretty good arm.
The result, obviously, but that's the type of stance the Twins want Danny Valencia to have at third base. In a crouch, getting lower and able to react to a ball hit hard as Plouffe hit the ball hard toward the hole and make a play on it. 1 strike to Mauer.
Okay, girls, there's 2 outs. You better get a rally going here.
Mauer lifted the first pitch he saw in the first inning and a fly ball to Juan Pierre and left. Another one hit to left. Pierre going back.
Okay, you're out of the booth.
4 perfect innings for Zach Stewart, and in the 4th inning he threw a total of 6 pitches.
Yeah, nice going, Allison.
Surgery on his thumb. He's been on the shelf for a couple of weeks because of a torn tendon, partially torn tendon, and now they're saying he just is going to go ahead and get it done and hopefully get ready for next year. There's the American League Central standings. The Tigers really sent the White Sox reeling by sweeping them in Detroit over the weekend, and now trying to do the same thing in Cleveland. Here's a ball hooked down the line and a fair ball. Lillibridge with an extra base hit. a leadoff double, and it's the third leadoff hit for the White Sox in 5 innings against Scott Diamond.
Yeah, first extra base hit for the White Sox. The previous 6 hits off a Diamond have been singles. For Littlebridge going down and driving this ball into the corner. His 5th double of the year.
That'll bring up Konerko, who walked in the first, hit a ground ball to second. Brian Dinkelman made a nice play behind the second base bag to throw him out in the third. Inside, ball 1. Diamond trying to hit the bottom level of the strike zone.
Konerko, a 5-time All-Star for the Chicago White Sox.
That kicks away from Butera. Littlebridge will advance. So a wild pitch. And Littlebridge goes to third.
Yeah, second wild pitch of the year for Scott Diamond.
So 3-0. Corner infielders playing about even with their bases. Middle infielders back with Konerko at the plate. The Twins will concede a second run here. Swing and a miss with Konerko swinging away on 3-0.
.393 career home runs. You give him the green light. Let him swing.
3-2. He's had wrist issues that he's played through. Was hit by a pitch in the left knee and pretty much kept him off the field defensively the entire month of August. He kept hitting as the designated hitter, but really couldn't move well enough to take a position on the field. Now 3-2, and the Twins bring the infield in here. Inside, he walked him.
Second walk for Diamond.
So he's faced 21 batters. He's had 21 plate appearances, and he's given up 7 hits and 2 walks. AT&T trivia: who was the last pitcher to win both games in a doubleheader? And if my guess is right, he went so far as
a knuckleballer
to start both of them. It wasn't a relief pitcher, but that's just my guess. First and third, nobody out. Here's Dayan Viciedo. Blocked by Butera, and he'll run a new baseball out to the mound. 75 pitches for Diamond, 45 strikes, and about 25 pitches in the dirt. Trying to encourage Scott Diamond to get out of this. Well, he left a pitch up around the belt. Viciedo took a wicked hack at it.
That's the second time that Viciedo has missed a ball right down the middle that he's fouled straight back. In his last at bat, he did the same thing. And then Diamond made a good pitch that he hit a ground ball to Plouffe at short.
Foul back 1-2. When he has gotten a strikeout, he's used his changeup to get the strikeout. Struck out Ramirez in the first with it, struck out Flowers in the fourth with it. This is one of those situations where he certainly could use a strikeout. See if this is what he goes to.
That or a pop-up. Got him.
Fastball that was close enough to the inside corner. One away.
Well, when your catcher sits inside and you hit that glove, you may get a little bit. We'll take a look in a second, see what Foxtrack says, but you see Butera framing it right there. Diamond getting the call.
So one down, and now Alexei Ramirez.
Third strikeout for Diamond, a big one.
Well, it's foul. They're always nice to get, but boy, if Diamond can get a ground ball double play here and give up all these base runners through 5 innings and only be down 1-0. One strike. And Ramirez grounds a ball through the hole instead for an RBI single. Konerko to second. Lillibridge scores after his leadoff double, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Ramirez picking up an RBI, his 60th of the year. As Lillibridge scores. You get the ground ball, but it's right at somewhere, not at somebody.
When Diamond beat the White Sox at the end of August, 6 innings, only 3 hits, and 3 runs allowed. And here they're piling up hits, except for the 1, 2, 3 third. They're getting at least 2 hits an inning. Inside, ball 1. Walk and a hit in the first, 3 hits in the second, 2 singles in the fourth, and now a walk and 2 hits here in the fifth. One and one. One and two.
Good breaking ball there.
In addition to facing a lot of batters, and maybe they go hand in hand, his pitch count is running up pretty high here. To be his 84th pitch. Only 1 out in the fifth. 2 and 2.
And his major league win against the White Sox in Chicago, he threw 6 innings. You talked about the numbers, 87 pitches in the 6 innings.
Right down the middle. So Rios looking for something else because Diamond just came at him with a upper 80s fastball to cut the plate in half.
Straight over the top fastball. And Rios definitely looking for something else.
It's a 2 down, and here's Tyler Flowers. Another one in the dirt, blocked by Butera. Konerko at second. Ramirez with the RBI single at first. Lillibridge started the 5th inning with a double to the left field corner. Off the end of the bat, foul. 1-1. Up high, and it's 2-1. Fastball at 89 gets a swing and a miss. And it's 2-2.
Flowers has had a couple pitches that Diamond threw up that he's been a little bit late on that high fastball. Now he struck him out last time on a very good changeup down in the zone.
2-2 to Tyler Flowers. To center. And Revere going back. Makes the catch on the track. Went straight back and caught the ball over his shoulder. Leadoff double leads to another Chicago run. Twins will have the middle of the lineup up to try to bust up Zach Stewart's perfect game.
In the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle, I have $100 in Minnesota State Lottery scratch-off tickets for Dolores here. And Bert, check this out. Celebrating her 87th birthday. She's got two of her children here. One grandkid made the sign. The other grandkid gave her the tickets tonight. Say hi to Bert real quick, Dolores.
Hi, Bert. Hi, Dolores. Right. Happy birthday.
You've already been circled by Bert, Dolores. He has made your night. Congratulations, Bert.
Very nice. Happy birthday, Dolores. 87 years old. Very nice.
Valencia to Hopper to Morrell. And a quick first out here in the fifth. It'll bring up Rene to Sony. In this afternoon's game, the Twins got 7 hits, 3 of them by Dinkelman. They were all singles. They also took a couple of walks, but here so far tonight, they have not forced Zach Stewart to go into the stretch.
Well, they haven't made him throw a lot of pitches either. Just this is his 42nd pitch here with 1 out in the 5th inning.
Tassoni struck out, facing Stewart with 1 out in the 2nd. He was out number 2. That's to center. Playable for Rios. 2 down. And that'll bring up Luke Hughes. Educators, something new for you at Target Field. You can bring your class to Target Field for learning through baseball. A new and exciting program designed to help kids grow in their learning of math, science, art, and more. Visit twinsbaseball.com or call 612-659-3877 for more information. Sounds like a field trip to me.
They didn't have that when I went to school.
You never went to like the La Brea Tar Pits or something for a field trip?
No.
Want to know.
I might have missed that day too.
Took a few days off, did you, on your
just a couple
climb up the academic ladder?
3 out of 4 years isn't bad, is it? Take 3 out of 4 years off.
3-0 now, and Stewart again is not allowed a base runner. Twins down a couple of runs. Hughes be taking here, you'd think. Dinkelman on deck. 3-1. Breaking ball over, strike two.
Very nice pitch.
Kyle Waldrop just hauled up, warming up in the Twins bullpen. Sliced foul. Full count to Luke Hughes with 2 gone on the Twins' fifth. Breaking ball, hammered foul. Got a couple of well-hit balls, but nothing even close to a hit. Morel cut off Trevor Pluth's smash in the 4th inning. Foul back, out of play. Another 3-2. And another foul ball. Struck him out. 5 perfect innings for Zach Stewart. White Sox have a 2-0 lead.
As the White Sox take on the Twins tomorrow, we're still looking forward to a lot of sunshine, mostly clear skies. On the cool side, we're going to start things off with 66 degrees.
Well, Scott Diamond gave up a couple of runs over 5 innings. He's done for the night.
Yeah, a lot of pitches, 90 pitches in the 5 innings, but you know what? He did a good job at damage control, especially the last inning. Had runners at first and third, nobody out, only 1 run allowed. Well, here's Kyle Waldrop making his major league debut. Waldrop, 25 years old. This is his 8th season in the Twins system, signed by the Twins back in 2004, their #1 pick.
And his first pitch over for strike 1 to Brent Morel, who singled twice against Scott Diamond. Chopped to the right side. Dinkelman over to Hughes, 1 away. Our AT&T trivia question tonight. Who was the last pitcher to win both games in a doubleheader? I think Wilbur Wood, isn't it?
That's who I believe. It might have been a reliever that came in and won both.
Luis Vizcaíno. Yankees against Rays. And what that has to do with the White Sox and Twins, I have no idea. Strike one to Gordon Beckham. One and one.
Oh, we saw Waldrop in spring training. Fastball in the low 90s. Very good curveball. A slurve type slider, that last one, and a very good circle changeup.
On a ground ball. And Plouffe tries to backhand it to Camp. Beckham will reach on an error.
Well, he takes so many ground balls, you know, before the game or, you know, whatever. Here, Trevor Plouffe. Nice, easy ground ball. Set, and maybe took his eye off that ball. Tried to set himself up to make the throw, and the ball hits his glove and deflects away. So an error by Plouffe, his 6th of the year.
Juan Pierre, 1 for 3, a single to left, driving in a run, and then a couple of outfield flies. Squares to bunt. Butera fires to second. They call it a foul ball. Good play by Butera, but home plate umpire Marvin Hudson said it was a foul ball. Second bunt attempt by Pierre in this game.
Well, watch the umpire right here. He's trying to go toward first base to watch where it is.
Well, looks like that second bounce landed right on the chalk line. One and one. First 4 years professionally, Waldrop was a starting pitcher. He had a shoulder problem in 2008, missed the whole season, and has come back as a relief pitcher. Runner goes, and the pitch fouled at the plate. Take a look at the bunt. From our angle, it looked like the second bounce was right on top of the chalk line.
Boy, it sure does, doesn't it? Yeah, but that's where, see where Drew caught it?
That's right, yep.
He touched it in foul territory. A very good call by Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire.
He steps on the bag and gets the play or the out there, and Beckham will advance to second. A nice play by Luke Hughes on a ground ball right down the line. Made a great play on Pierzynski in the afternoon game.
Remember in yesterday's ball game, he kind of that ball like that, and remember it hit and carried him away, and he had to use his right hand to knock that ball down. But here he uses his glove, steps on the bag, and decides not to throw. Probably a good decision, as Beckham was almost at second base.
Here's Lillibridge, a leadoff double. Then he came around to score in the 5th inning. Another nice block by Butera, who took that one right in the middle of the chest protector.
Waldrop in AAA, 56 relief appearances, 5-5 out of the bullpen, 3.87 ERA. He had 44 strikeouts in 79 innings, just 18 walks, 3 intentional.
2-0. With Konerko on deck. Typically hasn't walked many guys in the minor leagues. And he delivers a strike. Typically hasn't given up a lot of home run balls as a relief pitcher. Bouncer to Konerko in the on-deck circle. Full count with 2 away. On the outside corner. Lillibridge thought it was ball 4. Waldrop gets his first major league strikeout in the scoreless 6th. Vikings season opener against the Chargers. Daily coverage all week long at FoxSportsNorth.com. Brian Dinkelman will lead things off in the 6th, trying to end this nonsense of Zach Stewart's perfect game.
I tell you what, he's thrown out 54 pitches, 10 of them in that at bat to Luke Hughes to finally strike him out. I mean, that's how quick the outs have been for Stewart.
Ground ball hit to Ramirez. 1 away. Again, there hasn't been anything close to a hit. The closest was Plouffe's smash to the left of Morel, who made a nice play. 1 gone. Repko coming to the plate. A couple of years ago, Mark Burley did throw a complete game, a perfect game.
Perfect game. Also had a no-hitter. Had 1 of each.
Repko went down swinging his first time up. Go batting 8th, playing in right field. Michael Kanier played in the first game this afternoon. At the knees, a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, Burley's no-hitter came in April of 2007. Then he had the perfect game in 2009. That against the Tampa Bay Rays in Chicago.
1-2. His next start after the perfect game was here against the Twins, and he started that game with 5 perfect innings.
Yep.
That's what Stewart has here, 5 1/3 perfect innings against the Twins. 1-2. 2-2. He had a 3-0 count
to Luke Hughes.
And then worked it full. A bunch of foul balls. Finally struck him out. Got a piece of it. Sometimes the most memorable games come from unlikely sources. Earlier this year against the White Sox, Francisco Liriano came into a game with an ERA of over 9 through a no-hitter. Stewart in his last 2 starts, 13 earned runs in 10 2/3 innings. Called 3rd strike, and that's out number 2.
Repko thinking this is low, but yeah, I think Marvin Hudson's done a good job. Take a look at the pitch. And strikeout number 5 in a ball game. His first since the 3rd inning.
Here's Butera, went down swinging his first time up. Breaking pitch, and Butera out in front of it, strike 1. Stewart's 3rd start against the Twins. So they should have some familiarity with him anyway, including his last start.
Well, sometimes you just go out there and you're hitting your spots. That's what he's doing right now. Every pitch is working. Good, tight breaking ball. That's how Lenny Barker's perfect game in Cleveland is unbelievable against the Toronto Blue Jays. So their Blue Jay hitters, which had some good hitters on the ball club, were swinging like at their knees, and the ball was down below their knees. Just an outstanding fastball and slider that day.
Backhanded by Morel. Stretched by Lillibridge. 6 perfect innings for Zach Stewart. And a 2-0 Chicago lead.
Pitch. Zach Stewart, he has been perfect through 6 innings. He's been clocked as 93 miles an hour. And Scott Diamond, who worked 5 innings, only gave up 2 runs, even though he gave up 8 hits.
Look at that.
At 90.
Beckham's talking to Morel. The guys in the near ground here are talking to, oh, there's Stewart. Beckham talking with him there. The old story is that guy's got a no-hitter, a perfect game at this point. They just ignore him. Nobody wants to say anything to him.
I'm sure they didn't until he said something.
Paul Konerko leads off the 7th against Kyle Waldrop. Strike 1. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. Konerko re-signed during the offseason. He's drawn a couple of walks tonight, 0 for 5 in the series. When they re-signed Konerko and Kurzinski and signed Dunn, they thought they had the makings of a world championship ball club, and it had the makings for an interesting marketing slogan. The White Sox theme this year is all in. Now, in retrospect, the Twins theme should have been all on, as in the disabled list, because that's kind of the way it's played out for the Twins. Of the regular players, Cuddyer and Valencia are really the only 2 players that haven't been on the disabled list, and now at least 3/5 of the original starting rotation is on the disabled list. Dunsing might end up there. Nathan has been on it.
Yeah, just been a season of injuries. And Justin, I know, wants to get back in that lineup as soon as he feels fit and gets checked out.
2-2 to Konerko. And a full count. Viciedo and Ramirez will follow. Valencia to his left. Sets and fires. Konerko retired, one away. Casino story of the game with the White Sox getting a couple of single runs.
Yeah, a couple singles, and then Juan Pierre with 2 outs, an RBI single made it a 1-0 ball game. They added one more in the 5th, but the story of this ball game so far is Zach Stewart. 6 perfect innings on only 65 pitches.
Viciedo takes a strike. Viciedo with a single in the 1st, a ground ball to short in the 3rd, and then a strikeout looking. Diamond fanned him in the 5th. One and 2. So far, so good for Waldrop. Hasn't given up a hit, having faced 5 batters. Right off the end of the bat, Waldrop has an easy play to make. 2 down. And that'll bring up Alexei Ramirez. Ramirez singled in the 2nd Chicago run in the 5th.
As he did in game 1, he doubled in the 2nd run.
Twins have played 15 innings here today. They've scored 1 run. It came on a sacrifice fly. And to put it another way, they've had 7 hits so far today, and they all came in the 1st game. Still yet to get a base runner. 2 strikes to Alexei Ramirez. Inside, a foul ball that stung home plate umpire Marvin Hudson.
You got the right hand of Hudson. Looking at his elbow.
Breaking ball, hook foul. White Sox have scored twice. They've left 9 men on so far in the ball game. Never bouncer foul. Nice catch. And about the 3rd carom by that young man. .30 pitches for Waldrop, 21 strikes. And he's kept the ball in the infield throughout his 2 innings of work. Until now, another base hit to left for Alexei Ramirez.
Not a bad pitch. You can see Ramirez, he likes that ball down, just drop the barrel of the bat, picks up his 2nd hit.
Arby's and Fox Sports North are giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, and enter the code for the chance to win. To enter, you've got to be a member of the Fan Zone. You've got to be 18 or older. Here's Alex Rios. Ball 1. Pair of singles and a strikeout. 1 run scored for Rios. Called out on strikes in the 5th when Diamond threw a fastball at the knees right down the middle, and he took it for strike 3. Up the middle and through, another base hit. And Ramirez is going to dig for 3rd, and Revere will flip the ball to 2nd. So now with 2 outs, the White Sox putting together a threat against Kyle Waldrop.
Well, Rios picking up his 3rd hit of the ball game, the 10th for the White Sox. And again, clubs see this right here. When Revere charges that ball like he does, Ramirez just keeps going. Rick Anderson out to the mound to talk to Waldrop. Quick trip to the mound by the pitching coach.
Flowers with a couple of fly balls to center and a strikeout. Waldrop will try to get him here to keep this a 2-0 ball game. And while the pitching coach is on the mound, the manager's on the phone.
Jose Maharis is starting to get ready.
Runners at first and third, 2 away. Flowers the hitter. Rios takes off and Butera bluffs the throw. So a steal of second and now 2 men in scoring position.
Yeah, Rios stealing his 11th base of the year.
Two and 0. The first 2 outs here in the 7th came easily and quickly. Konerko and Viciedo ground balls. And Ramirez single. Rios grounded a single up the middle, a stolen base, and now 2 and 0 to Flowers. 3 and 0 with Morel on deck.
Now we said that whoever invented this game, they should have just made 2 outs an inning. Sure would go a lot quicker.
Yeah. And a 4-pitch walk fills the bases for Brent Morel. Morel has singled twice to left field and hit a ground ball to second. Now Waldrop has got to try to get Morel here and get off the field, having not allowed a run. To date, Morel's biggest contribution is a really nice fielding play on the only bid for a hit the Twins have had. There's strike 1.
Good breaking ball right there. He's missing with the fastball. Drew Butera called curveball, and he got it over to get ahead in the count.
Fastball away. To center and a base hit. Ramirez scores. Rios around third. He's going to score, and it's 4-0. So all of this happening against Waldrop with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Morel picking up his 3rd hit, driving in a couple runs now with 25 RBIs on the year. Just a pitch left up, and Morel taking it right back up the middle. And a 4-0 lead for the White Sox.
And Butera going to the mound, maybe to buy a little time here. We'll see when the Twins make the move. Whether it'll be before or after the Beckham at bat. And it's going to be before. So Kyle Waldrop did fine until the Ramirez single to left. He couldn't get the 3rd out here in the 7th. And Maharis will try to get the Twins off the field, down 4-0. his team has added a couple of runs here in the 7th.
Yeah, 18 up, 18 down, 7 ground ball outs, 5 fly ball outs to go with his 6 strikeouts. And the White Sox just add a couple more, give them a comfortable 4-0 lead. You've been pounding that strike zone, only 65 pitches in the 6 innings. Pretty good line right there.
Runs are nice, but this has been now kind of a long delay for him, and I'm sure mentally he'd like to get back out there as soon as possible. Here's Beckham facing Jose Mijares.
Well, Mijares making his 50th appearance, 44 innings pitched for Jose.
Early again a couple of years ago, got the complete game, the perfect game. Ball 1 on the first pitch from Mijares to Beckham. Beckham reached on an error, charged at Trevor Plouffe his last time up. 2-0. Mijares throws that fastball. We don't see 92, 93 anymore. Last couple fastballs at 88.
Well, you know what? I asked him about that. He said his elbow's still barking a little bit, but for a while there it was getting in the low 90s, and he said he's starting to feel a little bit better. But, you know, every outing's different. Remember, he spent some time on a disabled list earlier this year when his elbow was barking.
3-1. Pierre on deck.
Not good to have a barking elbow.
3-2. With 2 away, the runners will take off. Flowers from second, Morel from first. White Sox entered the inning with a 2-0 lead. Now it's 4-0. Foul back. Well, Mijares fidgets, and Beckham fouls off pitches. Stewart is trying to keep his focus. Foul back, another foul. And just think of everything that's happened since the second out. Stewart's with 2 out in the inning thinking, okay, I'm going to go back out there pretty soon. I'm going to go back out there. Got 6 perfect innings. And then Ramirez hits his single.
You can see Stewart right there. His eyes are like focused straight, you know. I mean, he knows his time's coming to go back out there to keep the perfect game going.
3-2. And there's strike 3. But there was a long time between the second out and the third out, and a pitching change to boot. It's 4-0 Chicago. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica.
Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more.
4-0 Chicago in the most minimal Pepsi Max in-game box score we can show you.
Well, I don't see any hits on there yet. Let's go, guys. Everybody 0 for 2.
It'll be the top of the Twins order in the 7th, starting with Ben Revere. Outside, ball 1. This game was supposed to be played on June 14th, but it was rained out and rescheduled for tonight. Fly ball, center field. Juan Pierre with the catch, 1 down. And Revere is retired. And that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. Really the only legitimate chance the Twins have had for a hit came in Plouffe's last at bat in the 4th inning. He hit a smash, and Morel at third just reacted to it, speared it, threw him out.
Now, I'm watching Morel. He's kind of asking the dugout, you know, where do I play back or do I play even with the bag? It looks like he's going to play a little bit behind the bag. Plouffe, the guy that has laid down some bunts. But the pitch count outstanding for Stewart, 68 pitches.
Down the right field line, but foul. 1-1.
Well, this is in the 4th inning when Plouffe was up. He hit the ball sharply to Morel at third. And Morel going to his left, gets up, and got the out at first base.
And now 1-2. Right field, carrying Viciedo back near the track, out number 2. And that'll bring up Mauer with 2 gone in the 7th. Window concepts, window of opportunity with Mauer at the plate. Hitting well here at home. And then there's this. Back on May 6th of 2008, Gavin Floyd of the White Sox had a no-hitter for 8 1/3 innings, and it was broken up by Joe Mauer. And he'll try to break up the perfect game here with 2 out in the 7th. Mauer's lifted 2 fly balls to left, both caught by Juan Pierre. 1 strike. And the dirt. 1-1. One and 1 to Mauer. 2-1. Line to the shortstop. 7 perfect innings for Zach Stewart. Mauer with a blistering line drive, but Ramirez snagged it. And he's got 7 perfect innings against the Twins.
Target Field, and Zach Stewart has a perfect game through 7. Will he do it? Find out, and stay tuned to our postgame show as well. It's Twins Live presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. Flirting with perfection. We'll break down Zach Stewart's night, whether he does it or not. The fundamentals at first is our instructional tonight with Tim Laudner and Bert Blylev in Gardy's press conference. What are his thoughts on Zach Stewart's near perfect game, or if he does it, a completed perfect game, Dick and Bert? Pretty nervous deal here, but we'll break it down either way after the game.
Thank you, Robbie. 1 strike to Juan Pierre facing Jose Majares, and a swing and a foul, 0-2. All right, now you had a no-hitter, and you had some near no-hitters. Have you ever gotten to this point where Zach Stewart is with a perfect game?
No. The no-hitter I had, an error was made, and then the double play had faced the minimum amount of batters going into the 9th inning. But no, not what Zach Stewart's doing so far.
Remember in Minnesota a couple of years ago, Scott Baker against the Royals had one through 8 innings, and then walked John Buck.
And Mike Sweeney.
And Mike Sweeney got
Pinched
the base hit. Yeah. So in rather quick order, the perfect game. No hitter. There's a fly to left center field. Tassone with the catch, 1 away.
Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins.
One gone. Here's Brent Lillibridge. Butera has taken more pitches, I think, off his equipment than he's caught. A lot of pitches in the dirt. Off the glove of Dinkelman and into right field for a base hit.
Lillibridge picking up his second hit. Lillibridge almost got that right off the tip of his glove.
Dinkelman going as high as he could. Fox Sports Prep Zone is your behind-the-scenes look at Prep Sports. This week the show is hosted from Totino Grace High School, looking at the opening week in high school football. And see the new look features with the Fox Sports Prep Zone. Learn if a star quarterback can win the Linneman Challenge. Watch Fox Sports Prep Zone tomorrow at 6, only on Fox Sports North. Here's Konerko with a man aboard and 1 out. Down low, ball 1. To center, playable for Revere. And out number 2. Diane Viciedo. One for 4, a single way back in the first inning, which actually wasn't that long ago time-wise. This game's not even 2 hours old yet. Bell tie strike. White Sox won this afternoon 2-1. Twins didn't get much done hitting wise this afternoon, and far less than that here so far tonight. And Butera keeps it in the dirt and keeps Lillibridge at first base. Stewart handled that long delay from the bottom of the 6th to the bottom of the 7th rather well. Now Lillibridge goes on another fly to deep center. Revere retreats. Middle of the Twins lineup will try to break it up in the bottom of the 8th inning with Zach Stewart taking the mound with 7 perfect innings. Chicago. Francisco Liriano got Adam Dunn to line out to Matt Tolbert. Liriano pitched the season's first no-hitter. And now Zach Stewart, whom the Twins punished in his last start, has come back tonight with 7 perfect innings. He'll face Danny Valencia, Rene Tassoni, and Luke Hughes. Breaking ball over for strike 1. Valencia with a fly to right and a ground ball to third. Alejandro De Aza taking over in right field for Dan Viciedo. One and one. There's been one 3-ball count. And it was a 3-0 count to Hughes with 2 outs in the 5th. And then Stewart came back to strike him out. One and two. Two and two.
Stewart traded over in the Edwin Jackson trade from the Toronto Blue Jays. Made 3 starts for the Blue Jays before coming over to the White Sox. Making his 7th start as a Chicago White Sox.
Two and two to Valencia. And a foul. An incredibly low pitch count, 81 pitches. 55 of them for strikes. Another 2-2 to Valencia. Line down the line, foul. One of the few well-hit balls, and it was foul by plenty.
Yeah, Mauer hit it sharply, but right at Ramirez to end the 7th inning. A breaking ball. Danny dropping the barrel of the bat, but ball hooked foul.
To right field and down for a hit. And the ball gets away from De Aza, and so Valencia will go to second. So the perfect game bid is broken up by Danny Valencia. Cleanly into the right field corner.
Good baseball fans right here in Minnesota getting up off their seat and giving Stewart a nice ovation for 7 perfect innings. Danny reaching out on a ball that might have been out over the plate. Maybe a ball, the ball scoots past De Aza.
Rene Tassoni, and now Stewart, who won't have an historic night here tonight, trying to finish off a really, really good night. And he delivers a strike to Tassoni.
Stewart just making his 8th career start and his 5th with the Chicago White Sox.
And a breaking pitch for a strike. 0-2. Check to swing, 1-2. Twins are struggling, and our viewers know that as well as anybody. And the White Sox have had a disappointing season as well. And Stewart, a young guy who's really been pounded in his last 2 starts, it just proves that you never know from one game to the next, one night to the next, what you will see. Bouncer right side. Beckham flips, and Valencia goes to third.
You know, when I grew up in Southern California, I listened to Vin Scully describe Sandy Koufax, and Koufax always said he went into every game thinking no-hitter, And then when they got that first hit, then, you know, you see the ground ball outs, the strikeouts, and the fly ball outs for Zach Stewart. Then you think shutout. And if you lose your shutout, then you think win. Zach Stewart's lost his no-hitter, his perfect game. We still like to get that shutout.
Here's Luke Hughes. Down and in, ball one. Hughes with a fly ball to right in the second. And then in the fifth with 2 outs, Stewart fell behind him 3-0. Came back after a 10-pitch at bat to strike him out. 2-0.
Nice stop by Flowers right there.
Keeping that shutout intact.
Already Stewart again making his 8th major league start. This is the furthest he's gone into a ball game. 7 1/3 innings.
Right down the middle, 3-1. Dinkelman on deck. And now 3-2.
Well, we had over 40,000 for game 1, almost 40,000 here for game 2, 39,849.
Hopped up. Lillibridge for out number 2. That'll bring up Dinkelman. And as has been the case for the last few homestands, loyal Twins fans waiting for this lineup to bring them to their feet. Nathan warming up in the Twins pen. Dinkelman with a couple of ground balls to the left side. Did get 3 hits in the first game here this afternoon. Strike on the inside corner. This is how good he's been. Stewart had his perfect game broken up on a pitch that was off the outside corner. Valencia just put a 2-strike decent swing on it and dropped it into the right field corner.
So I think there's only been, what, I believe 19 perfect games in baseball history.
Yeah. I have no doubt that Stewart put that pitch pretty close to where he wanted to. And look at the location. He did not make a mistake over the middle of the plate.
Credit Danny Valencia just kind of just reaching out and hitting it the other way.
1-2 to Dinkelman. And now 2-2. Well, he does not have a perfect game. He does have 8 shutout innings of 1-hit ball against the Twins tonight. And it's 4-0 Chicago. Stewart can afford a big smile with the pressure off at this point.
Hopefully he'll still have an opportunity to go out there and maybe get that shutout. 98 pitches, 66 for strikes for Zach Stewart.
Joe Nathan coming into the ball game for the 42nd time this year.
Yeah, Nathan just getting an inning's worth of work here.
He'll face Ramirez, Rios, and Flowers. Here in the top of the 9th inning, first pitch hammered to left center field. And Tassoni can't flag it down. Ramirez has double on the first pitch of the top of the 9th. Third straight hit now for Alexei Ramirez.
Ramirez with his 27th double of the year. Ball left middle in. Ramirez opening up quickly. Tassoni giving it a shot right here, but unable to catch up to it, and has to play it off the wall.
Rios with 3 singles today and a couple of runs scored. One strike. And now a ball. White Sox threatening to even the season series at 8 apiece here. Twins dominated in the first few series. Now the White Sox have had the better of it as of late. Talked earlier about some of the changes that might be made on the White Sox roster. How about on the bench? As again, with a not so subtle hint that he'd like to just be let go if he's not going to get his contract extended.
Rumors about him going to the Florida Marlins.
Rumors about the guy to his right, screen left, Joey Cora, a manager waiting for a job. Two and two. Counts like this and at bats like this are maybe the best measuring sticks for Nathan's progress. Remember, early in the season, he just could not get strike 3. He'd get 2 strikes on a good hitter and just could not get a strikeout. Now he's done more of that since coming off the disabled list. And he gets strike 3 there. Rios thought it was outside.
Good fastball, good location. Straight over the top fastball, and Butera holding it for a second. And Marvin Hudson doing a little moonwalk back there.
If you want to become a Twins season ticket holder, the only way to do so is to become a member of the Twins On Deck Circle. 3,000 members strong and growing right now. You can sign up today and take advantage of exclusive benefits and future season ticket opportunities. Join, or for more information, call 800-33-TWINS or visit www.twinsbaseball.com today. Tyler Flowers, the batter, taking a strike. And just off the plate, 1-1. Bounce toward first and a foul ball. You look at the Twins lineup out there. Nathan trying to retire Flowers. There's a phrase in baseball, playing meaningful games in September. And what it means, of course, is in terms of the standings. And a contending team, neither one of these teams right now contending. But you've got Butera behind the plate, Hughes at first, Dinkelman at second, Plouffe at short. Valencia, really the only regular player from the opening weeks of the season who's out there. And it's not because the team's out of contention so much as it is, again, the team's been so banged up.
It's also an audition time for these guys for next spring.
Nathan gets another strikeout.
Good breaking ball right there. Great location.
Wednesday, it's another Rasmussen College Student Day. The Twins host the White Sox at 7:10. Standing room only tickets are half price for students with valid ID. Tickets are available on the day of game only, and they are limited, so make your plans to come out early. If you'd like more information about Rasmussen College Student Days, visit twinsbaseball.com. Here's Morrell. Envision playing these games against the White Sox with Young and left. He's been traded. Span in center. He's on the disabled list. Kadire in right, not playing after playing in the first game with a very sore wrist. Morneau at first. He's out with concussion related symptoms. Casilla at second. He's on the disabled list. Nishioka has a sore oblique. He's not playing at short. And of course, Mauer catching, and he hasn't caught in a long time. The designated hitter in tonight's game. 1-1. 1-2. Morrell with 3 singles out of the number 8 spot in the White Sox batting order. Blocked by Butera, and Ramirez will still advance. So a wild pitch. Getting Rios up 90 feet.
Butera trying to keep that ball in front of him and then hitting his chest protector and going up that first baseline.
Two and two to Brent Morrell. Three and two. Slider just off the plate. Morrell checked his swing. Gordon Beckham on deck. Ball caroming off the limestone out to the mound. And Butera will hand deliver a baseball. 3-2. Nathan trying to pitch around a leadoff double. Since the double, a couple of strikeouts, trying to put Morrell away and get off the field.
17 pitches for Nathan, 10 for strikes.
Got him. So Nathan struggling to get strikeouts before going on the disabled list. Strikes out 3 in a row to Strand Ramirez. And Zach Stewart will be sent out to complete a shutout. Here tonight, taking a perfect game into the 8th inning.
Yeah, 7 perfect innings for Zach Stewart. Some strikeouts, some nice defensive plays, Morrell, and some more, another strikeout. And then Danny Valencia, first hitter he faced in the bottom of the 8th inning, a double down that right field line.
Jason Repko struck out twice against Stewart, and he takes ball 1. This will be Stewart's 100th pitch of the night. 2-0.
Well, Stewart again just making his 8th career start. Now in the minor leagues, here with the Toronto Blue Jays, and he only had 1 complete game. That was back in 2009 when he pitched at Single A in Sarasota.
And now 2-1.
Well, here's a guy that's never had a professional shutout, trying to get a 1-hit shutout if he can get out of this inning.
2-2. Twins have scored 1 run in this split doubleheader. That came in the 9th inning this afternoon. Three and 2. This afternoon, the Tigers beat the Indians 4-2, so the White Sox are in position to pick up a half game if they can complete the doubleheader sweep.
And Repko striking out for the 3rd time, and the 8th strikeout for Zach Stewart. A breaking ball.
Jason Kubel pinch hitting for Drew Butera.
Well, career high in innings pitched, career high in strikeouts. Stewart having a great night.
Last week in Chicago, Kubel hit a 3-run home run against Zach Stewart. Butera had gone 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball. 2 strikes. Foul back again. It's already a crowded White Sox rotation. We've talked about that with Umber, Floyd, Danks, Peavy, Burley. Well, Stewart trying to find his place in the Chicago rotation. 1 and 2 to Jason Kubel. 2 and 2. No activity in the Chicago bullpen. I beg your pardon. There is a left-hander warming up out there. Very close, but ball 3. Of course, Sale got the save in this afternoon's game. Just lightly warming up.
Wow. 3-2 breaking ball.
Dropped it on the corner.
And strikeout number 9. Well, that breaking ball's been a good pitch for him tonight.
Looked like he put it right on the corner. 2 down. Here's Ben Revere.
The 28th batter that Stewart has faced here tonight.
Inside, ball 1. Revere with a couple of ground balls and a fly ball to left. One and 1. Up the middle. Ramirez spins, fires, got him. What a play by Alexi Ramirez. And what a night for Zach Stewart.
Unbelievable for Zach Stewart. His first major league complete game being a 1-hit shutout. A night he will never forget. And a perfect game after 7. Twins get shut out again.
Kevin Gork, we nearly witnessed history together here tonight at Target Field. Another